What's up? Do you ever get into a mood where you're aggravated about being aggravated? That's what I'm in right now. I'm going to try to keep this short. I have a whole lot of information to share, but I have 45 miles until my next turn on this highway. And the entire time that I've been on this trip, I've been underneath a sky that is, in my life, in my personal experience, the worst chemtrail crisscross spiderweb pattern that I have ever witnessed. The only time I've seen it anywhere close to this has been on documentaries or footage uploaded by other people. I have never seen anything like this before. And it's always been annoying to know that we're almost powerless and they can just poison us from above, poison our crops, basically making, organic food pointless, because how can you grow something that's organic as intended by nature whenever there are massive amounts of heavy metals and chemicals being dispersed in the atmosphere? You can. So you can look for certain things like, the certified organic. There's actually a certification company out there that does glyphosate free that you can look for. And all those things are amazing, and they're not marketing gimmicks like all natural or free range or antibiotic free and things like that. Those are all marketing gimmicks. They are literally meaningless. But I wanted to talk very quickly about a problem and a solution, rather than just getting all Eeyore about the situation. Let's try to think a little bit more like Pollyanna and address the problem, but also try to think of certain safeguards that you can introduce in order to help yourself and help your family. So when we exist under this poison prison, this canopy of chemicals above us, which, can I switch my camera? Okay. Look, it's so hazy right now. Every single thing you see on the screen right now is artificial. There is not one natural cloud in the screen, and I can't rotate my phone, but to the left and to the right and above my car right now, there are unthinkably thick and persistent chemtrails that are dispersing, and they are becoming like a reflective thin layer of chemicals. And that's barium, that's aluminum, that's all these. And I can make a longer video about this if you guys want to hear more about it, but we are constantly under assault. And I'm using that word purposefully because it's true, and I'm upset about it. And I'm just annoyed with the fact that although in Tennessee, their legislature passed a law banning chemtrail spraying in their skies, good for them. And how can you ban something that doesn't exist? It does exist. Everybody knows that the technology's been around for a very long time. They have been using it widely since before Vietnam, but definitely including Vietnam, with weather modification, with cloud seeding, which has all been admitted to. So I almost feel like a crazy person even trying to qualify these statements. But believe me, trust me, the information, the evidence is out there. It's abundant. And as a matter of fact, anymore, it's very easy to find. Most people are just too busy with the bread and circus and the distractions of when's the new iPhone come out and did my sports ball team win the game, that they don't take the time to actually figure out how this system works and how it's working against them. So that's why I'm frustrated, because it's not just the fact that they are literally spraying chemicals and poisons into the air, and we're powerless to do anything against it. But on a daily basis, it's everything that we interact with, whether we're touching it, whether we're tasting it, whether we're drinking it. All of these things have been contaminated with a myriad of pollutants, both on purpose and accidental. And I'm saying accidentally as a little bit tongue-in-cheek, because these forever chemicals, and that's their name, and you can guess why they have that name. It's because they stay around forever. You can't filter them out. The water treatment plant doesn't care about filtering them out, and they don't have the mechanisms in place to do so. And even if they did, they wouldn't spend the money. Do you ever wonder where all your taxes go? It doesn't go to paving the roads. It doesn't go to upholding some semblance of civilization to where there's order out of chaos. That's not where your money goes. Your money goes into this vicious cycle that's nothing more than a matrix on repeat. And the redundant loop that we're caught in is the fact that we can't even touch receipt paper without being introduced to these phthalates, to these endocrine disrupting chemicals, to these phytoestrogens that mimic estrogen in the body, causing irregular menstrual and period cramps and cycles for women, and which is causing massive fluctuations and a huge decline in testosterone for men. If you look at a chart, and they're out there, if you just take a second right now and you Google a chart for testosterone levels since the 1960s, just the 1960s, we don't have to go back to ancient history, there is such a precipitous fall of testosterone that any normal, serious person taking a look at this data without a built-in bias or an agenda where they have to put blinders on, or worse yet, pretend it isn't happening, they would see that as the epidemic of death and disease and shortened lifespans and lowered quality of life and vitality that it is. It is an unstoppable juggernaut of misery and cancer and carcinogens that we are surrounded with, and all the plastics and the water bottles and the pollution that we can't get away from. And all of these things, all of them are designed with specificity to attack you and your family and the people that you care about and love. There is a concerted effort with billions of dollars behind it, and people that are laughing at your pain and suffering for one reason and one reason only, and it's because they're evil. You and I, the people that care about their family and nurturing them into better health and the next generation that they're upbringing having a better quality of life than you have right now, us, the type of people that we are, we can't imagine the wickedness that goes on in high places, in these clubs, in these organizations that we're not a part of and will never be invited into and will never see behind the curtain of. And that's the reason why so many people can just plug up their ears and put a blindfold on and act like hear no evil, see no evil, because it just does not compute in a normal, non-psychopathic person's brain. If you're a non-psychopath, it doesn't make sense why there would be a military-industrial complex that wages war overseas, terrorizes people in the name of democracy and freedom, like that even means anything. We're not a democracy. We never have been. Did you know that no founding document at all, Bill of Rights, Constitution, Declaration of Independence, on and on and on, the word democracy or any derivative thereof is not even mentioned once. We are not a democracy. We are the rule of mob. We are a disorderly, chaotic, disobedient child that has metastasized into something that is an uncontrollable monstrosity. It is unstoppable, and America in general, first of all, hundreds of the chemicals and additives and preservatives that we just freely introduce into the food supply are banned in other countries. Not only that, but we're the only country that just sends billions of dollars to foreign and adversarial countries along with technology and allow them to spy on us for no reason. So we're being poisoned from above, our water's fluoridated, our IQs have gone down to the point it's nothing but a fiery tailspin of humanity. And on top of all that, on top of it all, when you try to make good decisions for your family and you try to look for these things that are grown organically and that are going to help your quality of life and help you avoid things like disease and chronic illness and inflammation and the ailments, you're going to pay triple for it. You're going to look 3 times as long for it. And at the end of the day, you're still purchasing these things that are grown and cycled, whether it's regenerative farming or not, underneath a chemical-laden sky that might as well just be a toilet bowl that your produce and your crops and everything else are grown in. So look, if you're looking for a solution for any of this stuff or a starting point, This isn't a sales pitch, but I am angry, and I want to let you guys know you got to do something about it. And if you don't do something about it, then just throw your hands up in the air right now and just say, hey, look, I'm cool with spending more money on the healthcare system per capita than any other country in world history and having a shorter lifespan now than we did 10 years ago. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with everybody waddling around with their canes and their crutches. That's cool. Hey, no big deal. That's just part of life, right? With getting knee replacements and hip replacements and surgeries and being checked in to adult daycare because you're basically on the cusp of hospice by the time you hit 60. I'm totally cool with all the people around me dropping dead suddenly and without explanation. What a mystery that is. If you're okay with all of that, you've already checked out. You're not watching this video because your time is far too important. You need to be doing things that are really going to make a difference in life, like catching up on the latest TV series that you're watching with all the propaganda laced into that. You don't have the time, I get it. But for those of you that do have the time, first of all, thank you. Second of all, congratulations on not being sucked into the vacuum of evil that we live in on a daily basis. So if you want to do something about it and you want to fill the nutritional gaps that exist permanently and will never be corrected or reversed, you got to take something like ThinkSync. Something like it. I take ThinkSync. I am obsessive compulsive. I have been in and out of the supplement industry for over 20 years. I know all the companies. I know all the dirty secrets. I have been in the factories and the formularies that actually produce and compound these supplements. I have a lot of experience I won't go into because it's already a long video. But please trust me. If you're pissed off and you want to do something about all of this and you want to start now and you want to do something that's manageable, simple, and easy to introduce into your life and your wellness routine, ThinkSync Plus is a 6-in-1 supplement. It addresses nutritional gaps. It provides your body with all of the building blocks it needs in order to ward off and fight and reverse and mitigate a lot of these side effects that we are just forced into. These things are thrust upon us. So we can't do anything about the chemtrails. We can't walk into our state Congress or House of Representatives. We can't draft new laws in order to make people stop being wicked. But what you can do is take a supplement like ThinkSync Plus. It's got magnesium for muscle performance. It's got vitamin C, which is still undisputedly the king of antioxidant, free radical, and oxidation protection and elimination. It's got zinc, which is where it gets its name. And the zinc is going to be amazing because it crosses your blood-brain barrier. And so does barium and aluminum, which is in the atmosphere, unfortunately, because it's been nanified. But the zinc is going to help you with clarity of thought. It's going to help just completely, radically transform your life. And all of these ingredients, by the way, are in therapeutically, clinically significant dosages. So it's not fairy dusted in there. It's not just slapped on a label to make you feel good about yourself with a milligram here and a milligram there. You will feel this supplement working. And that is saying a lot, because that's actually a testament to God's creation with your body, with every cell in your body, with your DNA integrity, and the way that you can communicate from one cell to the next in order to increase your health and optimize your body and performance. And all of this in ThinkSync Plus is put into an MCT oil carrier with medium chain triglycerides, the C6 and the C8 varieties, that's going to provide instant brain food, energy for your brain and body. You're going to function better. You're going to have less inflammation. You're going to be able to start doing something meaningful to withstand this chemical assault on your life, on your happiness, on your body, on your emotional well-being, and on your ability to do something admirable and worthy. And that is to become a better, healthier, more functional person, father, wife, daughter, son, for the people around you that depend on you, that lean on you, and that are looking for something as far as a solution. So I would say, become aware of what's going on. That doesn't mean that you have to be continually negative about it. You don't have to be in the mindset that I'm in this specific moment, because this is not where I live. But these things have been thrust upon me, and I can't look out the windows of my car without seeing the remnants in my face of everything that is working against me. Your body wants to be healthy, and it wants it now. So take a couple steps, take some measures that are very, very necessary, very worthwhile, and I hope you do, because we can't exist in this forever. This is pure population control. They're controlling the way that we think, the activities that we engage in. They're controlling the things that we're able to speak about in public without reprimand, without chastisement, without being marginalized into these fringe groups and segments of society. Let's just stop it. And let's start with one small thing today. And that's giving your brain and your entire body the super nutrients it needs to nourish your cells and to bring you back to optimized life. I hope all that makes sense. Have an awesome day. Don't worry about the evil out there. Just don't engage with it, and be a dissident. That's all I can say to you guys. So thanks for listening.